Right, here I am, and I've no idea what I'm going to speak about actually. So either, yeah, I don't know. I will just waffle on a little bit, I guess, while I wait for some people to notice me, which could be the story of my life or my mantra, if I had one, which I don't. What I may start off with, like I wanted to really get some opinions as to what your preferred topics were. However, what I'm going to do is, so a friend of mine passed away in December, another one. Like I'm not collecting war stories or horror stories. However, this gentleman passed away, and what I fondly remember when I think of him is the amount of ridiculous hadith and Qur'an contradictions that he contributed to my life and to my WhatsApp. So, with that in mind, as I say, whilst I wait for people to love me and to come and see me in the stream, I shall, I'm going to just whiz through a couple of these. I was going to do it as a proper stream, as it were, not a last minute div fest. However, I have div on the brain. So here we go. If you want to get a pen, I mean, you could play along, as it were, or otherwise bookmark. Hang on a minute, what are we on YouTube? Press like, and then it will be in your liked vids, and we'll press like anyway. But you'll be able to find it if you save it to your watch later, and then you'll be able to go through at your leisure, because the Quran, of course, says that if you find one contradiction, basically chuck the whole shebang out. That's not Arabic for anybody who's not a keen linguist. So I'm going to ask some questions. Then I'm going to give you the Quranic answer, and you see if you can spot anything slightly Islamic about it. Does Allah, right, let's see in the live chat if anyone can be bothered typing other than Jordan. Right, does Allah command evil? Does he command people? You're right, armor of God. Does he command people to do evil? That's my question. Answers in the live chat, please. And there are no prizes other than my love. So, well, I mean, maybe there are prizes. I don't know. I'm that kind of chick. Who knows? Anyway, does he? All right, that's one answer. Jordan, are you near a computer, my love? Use your fingers. Anybody else also of the other people here? Romeo, I will get to your question very shortly. I'm just in the middle of taking you can answer me also, Romeo, if you don't mind, and I promise I will answer you after this. Does Allah command to do evil? It's like a straight yes or no, I guess. You're welcome. There are a few answers. No is my first one, just because I feel like it. So the references for no, he does not, are these: Quran, Surah 7, Ayah 28, and Quran 16, Ayah 90. Both say no, he doesn't. However, Armor of God and Jordan, you are correct also, because Quran 17, verse 16, or Surah 17, Ayah 16, say no, he doesn't. So that's a whopping big contradiction, and that is just one of the few that I received from my friend. Okay, are we ready? Oh, let me answer the question about Ben's channel. Ben's channel is no longer there. Ben is enjoying some private study at the moment. He's absolutely fine. I spoke to him like 2 days ago. He's also taking a break for Jordan. You definitely do. He is also taking a break from Discord, and I'm going to silence my phone. So yeah, he's fine. He is using, oh gosh, I can't look at my messages because I'm using my phone, that phone, for the doodah. He does use like one platform of social media, and I can't remember the name of it because I'm not a teenager. So, Romeo, if you want to ask me in the comments, I can find that information for you and let you know later. Although I'm not sure he wanted me to announce it on the stream. Never mind. Anyhow, next. questione. Got a pen, Jordan? I'm going to assume you do, and also a rewind facility. Okay, so this has, I mean, this isn't a yes or no, so I feel bad now in case you're not all versed in Islamic, what's name? Where is Allah and his throne? So I'll ask it that way first and see if anybody knows. And then I'll give you 3 options. And then you can choose. Yeah, okay. I'll give you the 3 options and you can tell me A, B, or C. Okay. Oh, I've got... let's find out. Is he A, nearer than the jugular vein? Is he B, so far away that it takes between 1,000 and 50,000 years to reach him? Or is he C, also on the throne? Like, I guess with the A and B parts. Yeah. So again, where is Allah and his throne? Okay. A, nearer than the jugular. B, so far away it takes between 1,000 and 50,000 years to reach him. C, he is also on the throne. Okay, the answer is A, B, and C, which is like a triangular contradiction we have going on now. So Surah 50, Ayah 16, Allah is nearer than the jugular vein. Surahs 32, 5 and 70 verse 4 say he is so far away it takes between 1,000 and 50,000 years to reach him. Not that good in a crisis, I would imagine. And C, which is Surah 57, 4, he is also on the throne. That's slightly different meaning in England, but I don't think he goes to the toilet. Okay. Who? I'll give you the 3 options because I'm feeling nice, because it's nice to be nice. The origin of calamity is what we're looking at. Where does it stem from? Is it from... Sorry, it says Satan, but we'll go with Shaitan because he's like a little counterfeit pound store dollarama Satan. But anyway, is it from Shaitan? Is it from ourselves, i.e. humanity? I don't mean just the nejus ones. I mean people kind or mankind, as everybody else calls it. Or is it from Allah? What do you reckon? Hit your buttons now, I guess. A, Shaitan. B, ourselves. C, Allah. Okay. I'm going to assume that that's all the answers in. The answer is, of course, all of them. And the point, of course, is that one thing cannot originate like at its, fundamentally in 3 very different places. Of course, Allah is not Satan. So, I mean, for Muslims, certainly that's a contradiction. And so Quran 38, verse 41 says it's from Satan or Shaitan. Quran 4, verse 79 says calamity originates from ourselves, human beings. And Allah is given as the answer to that question in 478, which is just the preceding verse, if you're keeping up. All right. We'll go for an easy one, yeah? We'll go for an easy one. Which came first? It's not the chicken or the egg, don't worry. Which came first, the heavens or the earth? So A, earth, then heaven. B, heaven, then earth. Shizzle. Oh, shucks. You're getting too good at this. Okay, so Quran 2:29. First the earth and then the heavens, or heaven. And heaven, and after that the earth, is Quran 79, verses 27 to 30. Another contradiction. Can't believe it. Sacred scripture, bro. Okay, let's find... This one, I'm not going to give you the answers. You better get your thinking caps on. Okay, so what was man created from according to the Quran? The question is, what was man created from? Sorry, I just thought of some men I know. What was man created from according to the Quran? I mentioned it actually in yesterday's premiere, but I only got 3 of... Yeah, let's go. That's a good answer. Jordan, anybody else? Feel free to chime in. Because I could have just done this in Skype if it's just you two. But either way, please do feel free to guess. There are no penalty points awarded, only for personality. So everyone else is safe. Okay, right. So buckle up, kids. This is, I mean, you're sitting there philosophically, as one does, thinking, what's it all about? I mean, why? I mean, where did we even come from? What were we made from? Luckily, the Qur'an has the answers right here. So, according to Qur'an 96, verses 1 and 2, we, man, I'm going to call the species, was created from a blood clot. Seems legit until, prior to this, in Quran 21:30, 24:45, and 25:54, bingo, water. We were created from water, of course. And then Armor of God got this one correct. Quran 15:26, we were created from clay. And then, of course, this sounds a bit biblical. Quran 3:59, 30:20, 35:11, we were created from the dust. From dust you came, and to dust you shall return. Or, depends what you fancy as your answer. Or, Quran 19, verse 67 states categorically, without error, obviously, none of them are with any error, apart from in conjunction with all the other ones, we were created from nothing. Nice, Gypsy Believer. I'd like that to be true. Okay. This is a yes or no. So fingers on buzzers. Is there intercession or not within, to intercede or not to intercede, Judgment Day style, according to the Quran? So is there intercession? Is there no intercession? So it's, all right, I'll ask the yes-no version of that. Is there intercession on the Day of Judgment? Yes or no? Anybody? It's a yes or no question. I'd like you to all concentrate on me, please, as opposed to, brilliant. 2 answers. Thank you very much, Gypsy Believer. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. She said get distracted by her own live chat after she just said let's not get distracted. But I'm special. So anyway, the answer is no. Other than the parts where the answer is yes. So Quran 2, verses 122 and 123. Also, 254 in its entirety, weirdly. 651, 82, 18, and 19, etc. He says in this message. That's a no. No intercession, I'm afraid. Get on with it yourselves. Find a Christian or a Jew to heap your sins onto, as we all know is going to happen. Or, if you don't like that answer, you can go with Quran 20, verse 109, 34, verse 23, 43, verse 86, 53, verse 26, etc. So the matter's settled. How dare you ask? It's a yes, no. It's like an Australian, yeah, no. It's that kind of, it's that kind of deal. Gypsy. I don't know. I know a couple. I don't know. Yeah, I like it spicy myself. Okay, who takes the soul at the point of death, or after the point of death is more correct, hopefully. Is it A, the angel of death, B, the angels, i.e. plural, a gang of them, you might say, or a heavenly host of them, or is it C, Allah takes the souls? You right, Daffyd? Ivan? No, my love, not today. I'll get into that in a sec. I was just killing time till you got here, Ivan, really. But yeah, could you please all answer me? Who takes the soul at death? I just need to know. I also need to find somewhere to put the body, but that's another story. So is it A, the angel of death, B, the angels, C, Allah? Exactly, Armor of God. Well done, sir. Thank you. Hi, Simon Cephas. Simon, do you know who takes the soul at death according to the Quran? Is it A, the angel of death? I feel like a game show host. B, the angels. Or C, Allah? Answers on a postcard. 2, I should have written it in the live chat. Jordan, that's sneaky. But you are, in fact, absolutely correct, Jordan. So the angel of death is referenced as taking the soul in 32:11. High, undereducated, over-opinionated. In Quran 47, ayah 27, the angels, plural, take the soul at death. And C is 39:42. Surah 39, ayah 42. Allah takes the souls, you peasants. It's obvious. Apart from when the angels and apart from when the angel of death does it. So another contradiction. Please, if any Muslim ever tries to assert that the Quran is without contradiction, you better get your finger on the button, get this video up, get a pen and smash them. Hello, James Johnson's ear roll. Right. Allah's Day. It seems self-explanatory in English, but it's equal to, see, I might start throwing in some made-up ones. I mean, obviously it's all made up, but I might, because it seems too easy now that we know the running theme. Anyway, is Allah's Day equal to 1,000 human years or 50,000 human years? I don't know. I just find it difficult to keep up with all this scientific miracle business. Is Allah's Day equal to 1,000 human years or 50,000? Good to see Simon's only just walked in, as it were. He's not aware. Okay, then. All right, so I'm going to tell you the correct answer. I mean, you are correct. Simon, you're correct according to Quran 70, verse 4. And anyone who in their brain was thinking, nah, it's clearly 1,000 because one day, hang on a minute, 1,000 years is as one day to the Lord, the real life Yahweh. However, 1,000 years is referenced in Quran 22:47 and 32:5. And I'm wondering, if you get 2 verses, does that win? Like in conjunction with the verse that's well done, Jordan's catching on. How many distinct groups are there? You may have been up at night thinking this, only last night, who knows? How many distinct groups are there at the Last Judgment? Are there 3 groups or are there 2 groups? 3 or 2. Easy peasy. I mean, you've got a 50-50 chance. You can phone a friend. You can, by now you could have Googled it or used a search engine of your choice. Of course. Let's wait for Jordan's answer. Bless you. Bless you. Okay. Although, by my rule of if we've got more verses for that one, you are more correct than somebody who said 3 groups, but they would be correct also because, of course, everybody knows that Quran 56:7 says there will be 3 distinct groups on Judgment Day. However, unfortunately, coming in first, as it were, Quran 90 verses 18 and 19 and Quran 99 verses 6 to 8. Watcherville, they say that there will be 2 groups. So, whatevs. Right. How many mothers does a Muslim have? I mean, it sounds like the beginning to a guy walked into a bar, a horse walked into a pub. Like, it just, how many mothers does a Muslim have? And what do they do on Mother's Day? Does it make Christmas awkward? Although, it's redundant as a question. Have a guess. I'm not giving you options now. All right. We've got 4, I reckon, from Bill. Anybody else in the house, as it were? Okay, I've got that's a very AG thing to say. Okay, another. You can just keep guessing. I don't mind. Undereducated. You've actually got one of the correct answers. Well done. Okay, I'll put you out of your jocularity because, of course, you wouldn't be miserable in my live stream. Right. Only one comes in at I feel like I'm doing the top of the pots. Surah 58:2. 2 mothers is according to Surah 4:23. So that's first in chronology. That's the first, if you just went through it page by page, that's the first answer you'd come to. Then you would come to at least 10. Me either. That's in Quran 33:6. And then as you scooted on, you would come to 58:2, which is only 1. So I don't know if that's the way it's going, undereducated. At least 10 seems a bit of a stretch. And 2, I mean, what about your great-grandmother? Either way, how many angels were talking to Mary? Was there one angel, or were there several angels? Godmother isn't a thing in Islam because, of course, there's no baptism. But I like the way you're thinking, kid. Anyhow, arm of God's finally fell in. Right, so there are several angels talking to Mary in Quran, like according to Quran 3:42 and 45. But of course, somebody else. I mean, who revealed? Like, let's think. If it were a hadith, you would say, "Wow, one guy was just looking that way really intently, and the other one saw all of the others behind." No, Vil, I know. I'll get to that in a second, babes. However, this is all divinely inspired. This is all from Jibs, like you may know him by a street name, or by Jibril, who was obviously in direct conversation there, or at least receptivity to Allah's word, and he then just passed it straight on verbatim. So yeah, several, i.e. 1 is the answer. Yeah, Jibril. Yes, yeah, that's correct. Undereducated and over-opinionated. But he must have coughed at this point. So we've got several and 1, meaning the same thing. Not a logical contradiction at all. How dare you Islamophobes. Right. Will Allah reward the good deeds of unbelievers? It's a straight yes or no, bro. I mean, you could chuck in a maybe as a wild card. See how you feel. That's my advice. Does he or doesn't he? Oh my God, you're such a cynic. Jordan, one so young and yet so jaded. Yes, he does. How dare you? According to Surah 99:7. However, no, he doesn't. According to Quran 9:17 and Quran 9:69. So take your chances, or come to the real God via Jesus. The only way, anyway. So I mean, what are you waiting for? Oh, that's too boring. Can Allah be seen with eyeballs, obviously? And I don't know why I did the fluttery eyeballs, just in case you didn't know what they were. Can Allah be seen? And did Muhammad see his Lord? Listen, I want to know. I'd like you to tell me. Did he? Can he? And did he? That's like the members of a really cheesy rap group. Anyway, can Allah be seen and did Muhammad see his Lord? It's a yes-no situation, people. Help. Thank you. Thank you. Just a teensy few. So, yes, he did. Quran 53, 1-18. There's 18 little ayat saying, yeah, he did, mate. Yeah, honest governor. He did. Also, if you're not buying that kind of Cockney car or used camera, 14 verses there for you that say, yeah, he did, bruv. However, no, he didn't. And no, he can't. He can't be seen, and Muhammad didn't see him according to Quran 6, 102-103, a mere paltry 2 verses, and 42:51. So, yeah, fresh in floor. Do you know what? Whilst I just blow me out, I noticed that I don't get ads anymore. However, when I did, yeah, it was ironic. I think because of the way that Google doesn't track anything you're typing, or YouTube doesn't keep an eye on you. Maybe that if you search for Islamic sounding stuff, I mean, I'm surprised I'm not on a watch list of things don't know what to do. I believe I have some control within AdSense as to whether they're interest related for the viewer or otherwise. But I had, just before I got rid of the adverts, I had a naked lady touching herself. She's probably selling shower cream. No, I think it was a dating. So I don't know what it was. It was pretty graphic, and that was all courtesy of YouTube. So boys, do hang on. It will swing around to you, depending on what you're Googling, maybe. But it just came out of the blue. Either way, he can and he can't. Makes sense. Were warners, i.e. those who warn, not the holiday camp in Britain, were warners sent to all of mankind before Muhammad? I mean, it's a yes or no. I mean, I couldn't make it any easier. Were there any previous warners, those who warn? I'm just trying to think of I don't know. I can't think of a more suitable word, actually, but I don't like warners. Because we are told anything. Okay, so I'll go with the no first. No, wait. I'll go with the yes. Yes is Quran 10:47, Quran 16:35 and 36, and 35:24. Sorry if I'm speaking too quickly and you've got a pen. 10:47, 16:35 and 6, and 35:24 says, yes, he did. How dare you ask questions? Asking questions is forbidden according to another hadith. We're going to get to some hadiths in a minute. Muhammad is sent to a people who never have had a message before. So this is the no section, which is bigger. Quran 28:46, 32:3, 34:44. That's like my vital statistics, 36:2-6. So that is Surah 28:46, Surah 32:3, Surah 34:44, and Surah 36:2-6. So I wish I did, Phil. There'd be many more people not having gone directly to hell and not past go. Okay. What will be the food for the people in hell? I mean, it's nice they get a little dinner hour. I mean, it's quite nice, isn't it? So I doubt that any of you off the top of your head are going to get any of these. I can give you with a nice Chianti. Oh my God. Let me just tell you the answers. No, it's not dates because obviously, I mean, they're very lonely. It's not eating dates, rather, because you know all that I had one yesterday. I didn't eat 7, obviously, just. So we'll get to from I'm apologizing right now for my Islamic, my Arabic even pronunciation. That's Quran 37:66. Only, well, they will get to eat from the tree of Zakum, Zaqqum. However, they will only be able to eat, so there's a definite contradiction, Dari, which is Dhari, that's according to Quran 88:6. This is the one that gets me fancy in my my lunch. Only foul pus from the washing of wounds. I mean, I don't know what wine is over with that, but that's Quran 69:36. Just yummy. To marry or not to marry idolatrous women. So many of them around, and it's obviously always up to the man. Either way, should ya? Shouldn't ya? Also, I'm just going to duck it out there. Christians are idolaters and unbelievers. So, yes or no? I mean, I'm not offering. I'm just asking. Oh my God, I don't know if you're answering me. No, I shouldn't. Anyway, I'd rather listen if I get bad. Wow. Right. To marry or not to marry idolatrous women. Yes or no? I mean, pull your finger out. Just tell me what's going on. And honestly, I'm just going through a few, like, feels like hundreds. No, I'm always about contradictions in the Quran. And like you'd have to rewind because we were doing it like game show style. So I promise you, straight after this one, Threshing Floor, I'm giving you my full like explanation. I've built it up now. It's not all that really. I just told somebody before I came on air the reason, but I had to censor that bit. Right. Anyway, no, you shouldn't. How dare you marry idolatrous women, including Christians, you Muslims? According to Quran 2:221. That's a no. Don't marry idolatrous women. Stop being greedy. Or we could just throw in the verse at Quran 9:28-33. Quran 9:28-33, which states that Christians are idolaters and unbelievers, just to add insult to injury. However, if you don't like those answers, yes, you can marry Christian women, Quran 5:5. So it's a roundabout contradiction, however, it still is. Definitely, Ivan. Okay, back to it's Sunday and I'm sitting here. I've had, so last Sunday wasn't particularly my finest hour in terms of like concentration and sleep, emotional balance. I don't know. Like, so I've had a week of, I wonder, like psychology is a discipline that I love. So emotional pain can manifest as like with physical symptoms. If anyone's ever, if you suddenly hear that somebody has died, you feel it in your stomach, like it manifests itself, or in your heart, like I've had that before, literal heartache, like it's a bit dramatic, but it means you're alive, I suppose. So yeah, I have had some, what am I going to call it? Bereavement, like a grieving process that I'm trying to get through. Yeah, that's it. So, I mean, to be honest, for the last couple of years, people have been dying. But then associated with that feeling is the loss of things that you don't have anyway, like the loss of future things. So I've been trying to sort that shiz out, but it's difficult on your own to have perspective that isn't your own perspective. So I'm not at the park because I don't feel that well. It's the truth. I feel, I feel a little under the weather, but not in a dramatic way. Well, yeah, an emotionally dramatic way, but I physically feel not all that. And just looking out the window, it was lovely and sunny this morning when a friend of mine was trying to drag me out and get me to go to a different church and meet up, and kept going on about food, but like my stomach is not under my control fully. It's a little bit there. Oh my God, shucksies, bruv. Thank you. Don't start being nice now. Try to throw me live on air. It's awful. Yeah, anyway, that's it. I won't be crying on a live stream. It's fine. That's it. That's my answer anyway. Yes, anonymous man referencing the books behind me. I'm going to tell you my, I don't know about favourite. I've got quite a few Bibles. I have the Street Bible as well, like the Cockney Bible. I like Bibles. That's kind of my thing. There's one up there called non-English people, I don't know, Whitstable Mum in Custard Shortage. It's just a book of ridiculous headlines. I like silliness, but mainly, so it's like Crusades, London section is up there also, metaphysics, the Apocrypha, more London mythology because I love that. Silly, Another lovely book. Can't remember what's behind there, but there is a Bible there. Can't see them properly. This end, more biblical history, as it were. Some serial killer stuff, like some criminal psychology-ish. And then sillies, and then another Bible. And then down here is more Bible, autobiographical, like love psychology stuff, like love languages. Lewis wrote about that. There's also C.S. Lewis over there. But the majority of my books doesn't look as good on a live stream. They're like digital, not by design, but just because you can get like ancient books that you can't get in print. So I would say close to 1,000 books on theology and apologetics, but like, 17th century, 16th century. I believe I have, I might be wrong. I went through the Bible for any reference to any book that isn't in the Bible. I think I've almost completed that. Like I've got a lot of those. So yeah, and they're all digital. So maybe like via the membership or the Patreon or something like that, I can happily share those because it doesn't cost me anything. So yeah, Jung, I haven't been like back into psychology proper, as it were, for around 6 or 7 years. My own life, it's enough to make me realize it's difficult to like do it to yourself, as it were, because I'm biased and I secretly think I'm a nice person and all that shiz. Well, actually, I don't. I secretly think I'm not a nice person, but it would be a secret, so I'll leave it as that contradiction. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Monogenes or Monogenes. Either way, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Anonymous man, that's very kind of you also. Oh, stop it. I don't do well with compliments. That's part of my psychological makeup. I make jokes usually. I find it pushes people away in a nice way. Let's just have a chit chat then. Sod Islam. What's the point? But I mean, I'll get back on it in a minute. If you have any questions, Armor of God, I love you, sir. Just going to leave it at that. Right. Anyone else who have any questions or niceness? Because, obviously admins can have their periods too. It's not illegal. Is that a description of me, James Johnson? I mean, I'll go with the crackers. That's probably true. Although I have a dear friend who's a psychoanalyst. I'm sure he would have told me. 13th floor, I haven't seen him, but I've spoken with his voice on the telephonic communication device. And he is utterly Ben. So, yeah. He's all right, love. He's enjoying, I'm giving a press release. He's enjoying some private study and he's taking time off. I did try to talk him out of taking the time off YouTube and he let me get to the whole end of my sales spiel. And then he said, I've already done it. And I was just like, oh. But yeah, he's not on Discord at the moment. Somebody is taking care of his server. However, he is on some other one, which if I wasn't using that phone as a camera and had it on this phone, which I don't, I would be able to tell you. It's not Power Talk. Can't remember what it's called. Okay, anonymous man. That's a good question, actually. I used to have that kind of wishy-washy opinion. I thought that I couldn't really reconcile. Okay, so I'm going to do a personal story now to go in with my answer. I came to that belief because I was confrontation avoidant, even within my own philosophy. I'm not confrontation avoidant in real life, as anyone who has seen me debate knows. But my daughter, I have my daughter is one of the, I tend to, I'm quite a big personality. I get a loud person. not all the time. I'm part-time, like sweep, but a lot of the time I'm quite forthright. However, there is a personality type, an introverted, more introverted like version of me, as it were, that is confrontation avoidant, that doesn't like to hurt people's feelings or have anything that even like looks the same shape as an argument. They just shut down and don't want to know. And everybody is on the spectrum of that somewhere. So that viewpoint that there is only one God, or like God, yeah, and there's a mountain and you can just get up there how you like, shimmy on up the side, get the like little, I don't know, that thing when you go skiing, whatever. Like there's one God and many ways to him. Because it sounds nice and because it sounds non-prejudicial, it sounds inclusive. We love a bit of inclusivity in London nowadays. Sounds a bit like equality, diversity, all that stuff that is pretty popular at the moment. However, the Bible directly contradicts it. And I knew that before I came to that that belief that I had. And the reason that I mean, I think I maybe had sunstroke. I was somewhere very hot and I did go in because I was feeling sick, and there was a Bible there in the room. And I had only this 2 instances of it in my whole life that I've had a vision, as it were, and I did have one. And I just saw like millions of people burning. Like that's how I can explain, like a massive landscape view, like as far as I could see, people burning. And my understanding was that it was hell, of course. And at that point, like something inside me just snapped, and I said, I don't want to be in this Christian club anymore. I don't want to do it. I don't want to serve or love a God who's that arbitrary. I like intellectually, I was thinking of the billions of Muslims. They were who came to my mind, and I thought, but that's not fair. I was only a teenager, but I was like, that's not fair. They don't know. How do they know? They don't know. Their mum told them this, their nan told them that, everybody tells them this, that. So they don't know. So it's not fair. So why should they go to hell? Like, So I threw all my toys out of the pram, as it were, spat my dummy out. And then I got a bit hippy-dippy with the, just try and be good at it, blah, 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 that kind of thing. And I'm sure the Buddhists are getting there and everybody's getting in. But, and it is a more loving stance philosophically. There is only one way. This is the way to refute it. This is the way I would refute it off the top of my head, philosophically, really, not biblically. A bit biblically, because I love a bit of Bible. If you accept that God is good, that's a premise that has to come, I guess. Why would you be wanting everyone to work their way to an evil God, as it were? If you believe that God is good and can accept that one of the definitions of good is morally perfect. So God is morally perfect and he is goodness. He's not only good in real life, he's goodness. If you accept that, how do you logically infer that any of us, like just your own life, all you've got to do is look into your own heart or your own mind when you're angry or lonely or hungry or put upon or oppressed or like something very traumatic has happened, yada yada yada. Like if you don't see that humanity is innately not good, let's go with that, because some people can't really swallow evil as a descriptor, even though Jesus called us evil. He said, how is it that you who are evil, who can do X, Y, Z, when so he referenced us as evil, not in a hurtful way, just in a these are the facts kind of way. If you consider that humanity is fallen, at least in whatever worldview you hold, you can accept that, and that God isn't, and that's one of the massive distinctions, other than celestial nature and had no beginning. But we are morally imperfect and God is morally perfect. There must be a bridge or some chain of connection to marry up those two. There's no middle ground. You're either perfect or you're not. Like, I know there's people thinking, I'm quite perfect, but no, you're not, like, compared to if you're next to God. And you wouldn't want to be next to God. I was thinking this yesterday. Probably sniffed at around about the same point when I thought it. But I was thinking, sorry, excuse this, I can't blow my nose. It's just such a English drawback. I can't do it. Sorry. I was thinking yesterday about love quite a bit. And I was pondering the fact that the same emotion, the same thing that God gives us, like as a fruit of the Spirit, that same thing can either be the cause of like heavily elated like feelings. You can be very joyous. No, that's a fruit of the Spirit. You can be very happy in love, or you can feel like you are utterly alone and you want to die. Like those are two massive ends of the spectrum. But like heartbreak and having like someone who makes your heart smile, as it were, like are two very different feelings. And I was thinking of that, and then I thought God also, because God is love, or Jesus Christ, yeah, God is love, not in a hippy dippy way. God can engender in us either a desire to draw closer to him or an utter revulsion and fear and an anger and a hatred. Like, and the only difference for us Christians between those two states of affairs is salvation. Like, that's it. And it's not because we go, oh, I'm saved now, what a touch, I don't have to worry about it. It's not like our process. It's Jesus has made a way for us to be reconciled to God. Like, that's it. So in this analogy of the mountain and everyone gets up on their own steam, I mean, try it. I don't know. I do know, but I mean, some people are that stubborn. Try it. I don't know how you could logically infer that you, as a fallen, broken human being who can't even maybe manage your own love life, could get to the source of love and be acceptable in his sight. That's my answer. Sorry, I wasn't following the chat. I was following I just had to land that plane like a, yeah, sometimes I formulate stuff when I'm thinking or when I'm speaking out loud. So yeah, that's my off the cuff. I did say off the cuff answer. Anyhow, please do be lovely to each other in the chat. I do, like, I felt really pretty crap this week. I don't need the drama. I'd like it if people could be lovely just for fun. Thank you, Dragon. Any other questions of a philosophical, psychological, theological, apologetic or polemic or biblical or personal nature would be welcomed at this stage. Thank you very much. Lots of love. That's it. I'm going to have to blow my nose at some stage on a live stream. I'm sure I've done it before now I think of it. I think we're close enough at the moment. Threshing floor, why are you giving people ideas and why don't you? Come on now, lovey. If you want to ask, that's fine. I've got to blow my nose. I'm so sorry. Oh, that ain't a joke. That is not a joke. I think I felt a bit of my brain come out. Oh, it's only been just over 2 years that I've had this problem. Okay, Gypsy Believer, let's jump on that wagon. Do I think it's bad for a Christian to create and sell erotic art? And we are all acknowledging the weirdness of that question round about now. Arm of God, I will do that, so hopefully later. It I guess depends on your definition of erotic and also your definition of art. So that's not really an answer. If you mean like soft pornography, or if you mean like paintings that are slightly suggestive, like, do you want to clarify? I mean, I weirdly had a conversation about pornography yesterday. I had a visitor, somebody's friend, came around and was asking me intently about pornography, but they're an atheist. So, like, my friend and I were giving them our opinions. Threshing Floors just jumped right in with an answer without the, but it could just, we don't know what it is. Erotic art. All right. Undereducated is pointing out that Song of Solomon is somewhat erotic in nature. That's linguistically, though. I'm assuming this art is visual that we're being asked about. Armor of God is straight in with an opinion. Lots of things are bad. I mean, I can give you my opinion on porn in a minute, but I wanted to know about this erotic art. But whilst that answer gets typed out, yeah, I'm trying to think my friend's stance. My friend is a Catholic. I guess we were all talking in more personal terms than church doctrine. Not porn. Okay. I think that, are you a Christian? Or if the person is a Christian, then my first piece of advice would be to pray about it. Like, do you have any feeling of conviction? Do you feel unsure or uncertain or slightly naughty, deviant? I don't know, like you're going slightly off track. Prayer would be my first thing. I don't believe there's anything. Thank you, Gypsy. In and of itself, art is subjective, of course. Like, art is fundamentally a subjective endeavor or enterprise. So what one person considers highly sexually charging in terms of eroticism, somebody else could look at it like 20 times before breakfast and just doesn't do it for them. What's the purpose of creating it? If it is to titillate, that's such an old-fashioned, archaic British word. If it is to excite lust in other people, that could be like, you could draw that back to like not to put a stumbling block in your brother's path, but without, I'm not asking to see it, but I'm saying like without. I don't find nakedness like represented in photography or artwork to be offensive to me. Funnily enough, I have I have a book that has some pictures. But yeah, Armor of God, it's always good to see you, sir. I hope you have a good day. I will hopefully see you later. May do a stream later. So yeah, I think it's about motivation and your own conscience and what you expect others like to get from it. Yes, it does. It's subjective. So yeah, no, undereducated. If you're still talking about, Song of Solomon? That's God's view of the bride. Like, that's not literally a dude talking about a chick, because that'd be a bit odd. Just chucked in the scripture. Any more questions or anything? And whilst you're looking, I mean, I've been on for 53. I reckon I'll give it another 6 mins. Who was the first Muslim? Who was the first Muslim? Was it? Right, I'll give you some heads up. Right, was it A, Muhammad? Was it B, Moses? I mean, Adam's not even getting a look in. I have heard that one as well, but obviously not in the Quran. Was it A, Muhammad, B, Moses, C, some Egyptians? It's random. Or D, Abraham? Okay, so we have one answer. Adam's not on this list. So, I mean, you may prove to be also correct. Yeah, of course he does, anonymous man, as long as you don't ask questions. Who was the first Muslim? A, Muhammad. B, Moses. We all love Moses. You know Moses, isn't it? Some Egyptians is coming in at C. And D, Abraham. We also have a lot of time for Abraham. Oops. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer. So according to the Quran, Surah 6, Ayah 14 and 163, Muhammad is, of course, the first Muslim. However, according to Quran 7, 143, Moses is, of course, the first Silly. However, according to Quran 26:51, some Egyptians are the first Muslim. That doesn't even make sense. Some Egyptians are the first Muslim. All right, some Egyptians are the first Muslims. But don't run away thinking you know that those three answers are absolutely correct and non-contradictory. Because Abraham was, of course, another first Muslim, according to Quran 2, 127 to 133 and 367. So, I mean, that all seems perfectly legit. And I'm just going to squeeze through some, because like I said at the beginning, my friend who passed away in December, this whole folder on my phone is full of, he was just brilliant at like collating and collecting these. And really distressing me, actually. Someone has hacked into his account since he passed away, which meant that I got a message from him the other day, and it really affected me. I just really think that that's a real dog move. Like, that's just scumbaggery, because I really wanted it to be true. Like, I just wanted it to all be a mistake, and it wasn't. So let's see what else he sent me. Okay, let's see. This is not a Quran contradiction. This is just by scanning it without my glasses on. This is a contradiction between the truth, i.e. the Bible, and the Quran. So Allah is the Lord of the worlds, plural, not just other planets. And Satan is also the Lord of the world. So we're looking at those similarities. So Muslims are blinded by the God of this system. That's what the Bible teaches. I mean, so it must be true. Quran 26:192. And indeed, the Quran is the revelation of the Lord of the worlds. And 2 Corinthians 4:4 says, Satan, who is the God of this world, has blinded the minds of those who don't believe. They are unable to see the glorious light of the good news. They don't understand this message about the glory of Christ, who is the exact likeness of God. So we can claim that actually Muhammad is in the Bible. Allah is anyway. That's nice. It's such a shame when people just pass suddenly. Okay, let's find something silly, which he did a lot. Okay, just odd bod shizna, as it were. Sahih Muslim 828b. Ibn Umar reported Allah's messenger, squiggly writing, as saying, do not intend to observe prayer at the time of the rising of the sun, nor at its, nor at its setting. So don't try to watch prayer to observe prayer. To perform prayer. Either to look at it or to observe it, because that both makes sense in English. At the time of the rising of the sun, nor at its setting, for it rises between the horns of Satan, as everyone knows. And that's Sahih. That's just a muddy pool. We all know that, bro. Some of them are Surah 65. We know that bit. Sorry. Isn't this a shame? I've got a screen grab of it, but with no book number. This is what it says anyway. Someone can look it up maybe. Abu Hurairah reported that Moses was a modest person. So far, so good. He was never seen naked. And Banu Israel said, in brackets, he was afraid to expose his private part, that's in brackets, because he had been suffering from scrotal hernia. So let's check this one out. Moses had a problem downstairs, as it were, with the scrotal hernia, according to this geezer 600 odd years later. You with me so far? Great. And therefore, because of his scrotal hernia, he was a very modest person. He was afraid to get naked. He, one day in brackets, took a bath, bathed in water, and placed his garments upon a stone. You're going to love this one. You're going to love this one, because it just fell in place. What's going to happen? Oh, Islam. Okay. He put all his gear onto a stone. He thinks, I'm going to go skinny dipping, even though he's already got the scrotal hernia and he's a bit shy. This is Moses, revered prophet Moses, or Musa, actually. This is talking about Musa. So he followed the stone. Hang on a minute. He's stuck all his gear. He's going to have a bath. He's stuck all the gear on a rock. Guess what happens next? Let's just see who's been paying attention all these years of David Wood and Islam Critiqued and AP and that. Can anyone guess what happens? He's in the nuddy, scrotal hernia or not. I'm not casting aspersions. Not that it matters if you have got one, of course. Please do feel free to. Dragon, she's got it. So he stuck all his garments upon a stone, and the stone began to move on quickly. Let's all just pause a minute. The stone has got up somehow and began to leg it without legs. It's just bombing it away with the clothes still on its back. He followed that and struck it with the help of a stone. So he's got a little stone. He's walloped it with a big stone after legging it across absolutely stark bollock, as it were. Bollock being the operative word. Sorry, the real Moses. And and this is what he's saying as he's running. He's hitting it with a little, maybe it's one of its little grand rocks. I don't know. Oh, stone, my garment. Oh, stone, my garments. Oh, stone. Until it stopped. Well, if anyone would like to say the Shahada right now, I think you'll agree. I've conclusively proven that Islam is the true religion. Can't even do it. So this, anyway, it don't even say what happened to his hernia. Like, he just kept that, I guess. All that walking in the wilderness with a scrotal hernia. You think you've got problems? You've got no idea you're born. Right. Oh, it is in Arabic as well. Another one. They're obsessed. By Allah, nothing prohibits Moses to take a bath along with us, but scrotal hernia. He, Moses, once went for a bath and placed his clothes. Oh, we've got that bit. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, no, it's got a bit of a different ending. It's a retelling of an obviously legit story. Moses ran after it by the time it's got there, saying, oh, stone my clothes. And Banu Israel had the chance to see the private parts of Moses. I mean, obviously, if they're right in your face, you can't help looking. But anyway, and said, by Allah, Moses does not suffer from any ailment. But only 2 short minutes ago, we heard he's got. Anyway, the stone then stopped till Moses had been seen by them, and he took hold of his clothes and struck the stone. So 1 minute he's got it, 1 minute he ain't. In the same hadith. Anyway, I don't know why I've got so many about scrotal hernias. It's quite weird. Right. No, we don't need that bit. Right, a couple more. Does anyone want to know what's going to happen to the Kaaba? Apart from it growing a tongue, obviously, and identifying Muslims. I mean, that's obvious. Identifying Jews. Sorry, I do need to get my distinct religious groups on point. Sorry, Anonymous. Anyway, Abu Hurairah, you remember him, you all love him, reported Allah's messenger, squiggly writing in brackets, as saying, the Kaaba would be destroyed by an Abyssinian having 2 small shanks. There you have it, people. 2 small shanks, mate. I don't know if that's like prison shank or I don't know. Legs? Legs are shanks, but so are little handmade, like homemade knives. Anyway, that's Sahih, which is authentic. Don't let anyone tell you that that's not what it means. It wasn't the geezer's first name. His name wasn't Sahih Muslim. His mum didn't chat out Sahih. It was dinner time. Anyway, book 54, Hadith 71, or Sahih Muslim 2909A, as we like to call it. So there you go. I mean, what more do you want? I've got loads more, but my nose is just going to fall off in a minute. I've got a headache. I've got a tummy ache. I've got drama. I take it. I'll be fine soon. People could just stop dying in my life. That would be great. Yeah, I do. I do wish they would. It's getting a bit trendy. And I know you leave early to avoid the rush. I'm well aware of that theory. And I do think potentially, I'm on the fence as to end timesiness. But what I do know is that for all of you, all of us, it is our end times. We don't have an infinite amount to live on this planet in this flesh, as it were. We have a finite, limited time, and none of us know when it's going to come to an end. I mean, unless we're lucky enough to have a terminal illness and they give us we don't know. So if you haven't told somebody you love them lately, do it. Send somebody a message, or you haven't messaged for a while, write a letter, send them a card, pray for somebody, do something nice for somebody else. Whether they know about it or not technically doesn't matter, but it's nice to be nice. It's easy to be horrible. It's so easy. It's just easy to let your inner bitch run riot. And love is not. That's the other thing I was thinking about. Love is not the easy. You've got 613. My nose, I can't take it. But I'm going to end on this. 613 commandments of the Old Testament. And people are thinking, God, that sounds like hard work. Whew, what? That's a lot just to even read through them, let alone keep them. And then Jesus comes along and he's like, just to love God, love your neighbour, and that loving your neighbour that encompasses the entirety of the law. And it sounds like a get out of jail free, as it were. It sounds like the easy option, but it's not. It's not very easy to love and be loved. It's not. If it was, everybody would be doing it all the time because it feels quite nice. But it's not easy to do it because we are damaged. And love is a fruit of the Holy Spirit. So as as God forges us into the people who we are always meant to be in Christ, we will struggle with some areas and other people will be blessed. And it's all about whatever we can do for somebody else is a blessing. I've had arguments or debates rather with Bob as to the efficacy of prayer. Is prayer enough? And in very practical situations, it's a technicality. Prayer is always enough. Always enough, sufficient. God's grace is sufficient for us. Christ tells, when the apostles can't cast out the demons, it's because they didn't pray. Jesus tells them to pray. And yet, because of our prayers, God can now intervene and influence other people, put it in their heart to do something or other. So prayer is most important. If you want to just pray for someone as a nice thing to do for them, that is utterly sufficient. However, it doesn't hurt to be nice. There's no deficit. The more love you give away, the more you have. I don't mean receive, the more you have. It's a conundrum. So you're right, John, I'm just going, love. Yeah. So be nice. What's the harm? Be nice. And also, when you're in other channels, maybe in the comment section, and you get those people who just want to argue, as someone who can be quite a torment, when I'm being silly and stuff, not maliciously, but I can be a bit of a troll, I guess, torment. It takes the power out of it when people don't respond the way you want them to, because the trick is, I don't say this is for the other people in the different channel comment sections, but for me, a little part of it is making people feel slightly uncomfortable, because then you get to make them feel comfortable again and give them a cuddle. It's just that easy. So prayer is the prayer. It's not you do the prayer, and then God can then open your eyes to an action you can take. But if you're starting out that prayer is insufficient, your prayers aren't fully prayerful, maybe, because faith is what saves us. Faith in in the God of the universe hearing your prayer, and sometimes the answer is just nah, bruv. God doesn't talk like that, but I do. That was my translation. Sometimes the answer is no. But you can also pray your little heart out, as it were, and not listen for an answer. So you could be praying and praying and praying, but God's already kind of pointing you to an answer, and you're not seeing it because you're so wrapped up in the petitioning of God and not the, like, the communication part. Oh, so do I. Undereducated. I love a laugh, mate. I haven't laughed properly this week. That's what's the matter with me. It's just sometimes that's how I know when I'm not 100%, because I usually laugh a lot. But I have laughed, I must admit. Just silly things take me by surprise. Maybe I'll do another one of those streams where I just play TikTok videos that have made me laugh this week. Let's see how I feel later, because I need to go and blow this nightmare of an ooter. And like do real life grown up stuff, eat food, the excitement. But anyway, I've pressed the red button now because it's got to that stage of the game where I'm sounding ungrateful for having food, which is not the case, because I know there are many people without it. So on that bombshell, Islam, contradictions all over the gaff. Don't worry about the hadiths in the Qur'an. I will begin posting those flashcards from Serge, my friend, who is no longer with us, in the community posts. So you'll be able to save them to your phone/computer, and then you'll be armed and dangerous, as it were, in terms of polemics. And then you can just slip in with the apologetics and give them a bit of Jesus. How's that sound? Great. All right then. Glad you agree. All right, lots of love. And sorry I wasn't at the park today, but just feel like I need a day of cuddles and like comfort food or something like that. All right, lots of love, and I'll see you, if not tonight, tomorrow, but I'll see you in the community post. All right, ciao, laters, bye.